Momo Ayase, a girl who is very strong, but her biggest weakness? An obsession with hot boyfriends. But today, the boy she's in a feud with will end up mentioning the name of her idol actor. And by mistake, she will summon a cursed ghost right in front of him. So what happens in the end? Will they survive? Or will she lose her kidney to an alien-like ghost? Let's dive into the story. The story begins with a girl named Momo Ayase who is extremely annoyed with her boyfriend because the guy is absolutely terrible and immoral. Even when they go on a date, he expects Momo to pay. And when Momo refuses, he tells her they should go to a love hotel. And even that would have to be paid for by Momo. Hearing all this, Momo gets angry and kicks the guy. But the guy is also strong, so he throws Momo to the ground and breaks up with her before leaving. Momo then shares her sadness with her friends, but surprisingly, her friends are actually happy because the guy was a complete loser. Then Momo admits that the guy looked like her favorite actor, Kanta Kakura, and that's why she had a crush on him. She liked that kind of tall, muscular, macho type. But her friends tell her that guys like that can't be found these days. Feeling a little down, Momo walks into the classroom. She sees a few boys bothering a bespectacled boy, throwing paper at him while he silently reads a magazine. Momo doesn't like it. She walks up and sits beside that boy and glares at the other boys in such a way that they stop bothering him. Later, after class, Momo starts thinking about who she can take her anger out on. Right at that moment, the boy with the glasses, the one she had helped, comes to her and assumes that Momo likes him. But Momo says, "You've got the wrong idea." Even though Momo had no interest in him, the boy starts talking about UFOs and aliens. Momo says she doesn't believe in any of that. She believes in ghosts. Then they start arguing. One believes in ghosts, the other says aliens are the real deal. Then they challenge each other. Momo says, "If you show me a ghost, I'll become your servant." And the boy says, "If you see an alien, then you will be my servant." Both of them agree to the bet. At night, Momo goes to an old abandoned hospital, which is believed to be a hangout spot for aliens. On the other side, Okarun goes into a haunted tunnel. It's believed that an eerie old woman lives there, known as Turbo Granny. Okarun and Momo stay in touch over the phone, giving each other tips on how to survive the ghosts and aliens. Okarun says, "I'm not afraid of these things." And just then, he sees floating footprints inside the tunnel, footprints made of blood. Okarun follows those footprints and suddenly comes face to face with a terrifying old woman whose eyes are glowing blood red. Hearing his scream, Momo understands what's happening to Okarun because her grandmother was a devil hunter. She tells Okarun not to panic or start running. If he does, the ghost will possess him completely. But the moment Okarun sees Turbo Granny, he gets scared and runs for his life. Momo rushes out of the hospital to help Okarun, but suddenly 3 aliens appear in front of her. Now both Momo and Okarun are in danger. The aliens tie Momo up and completely strip her naked. Then they say they want to be friends with her. Momo replies, "Real friends don't strip their friends naked." The aliens explain they're from Serpo planet, where only males exist. There are no females. So now they want to have physical contact with Momo so that they can reproduce. But Momo tells them she'll never allow that. She says she's kept her virginity only for Kenta Kakura. Hearing this, the aliens try to hypnotize Momo and arouse her. Just then, from Momo's phone, the boy named Okarun emerges. now in the form of a ghost, and begins attacking the aliens. He has been possessed by Turbo Granny and is now incredibly terrifying. He attacks the aliens and starts tearing their limbs apart. At one point, Momo remembers something her grandmother, a spirit medium, once taught her, a special ritual for self-defense. Momo uses that power to break free and, using her psychic abilities, defeats the aliens. In the end, Okarun says he wants to surrender to the aliens willingly so that no harm comes to Momo. Momo then agrees to help Okarun. Okarun gives his clothes to Momo and heads back toward the tunnel, determined to break the curse of Turbo Granny. When Momo asks for the boy's name, he tells her it's Kanta Kakura, and Momo almost faints hearing it because that's the name of her favorite actor. Momo doesn't want to believe it, but Okan, the boy, assures her that it really is his real name. Momo covers her ears in disbelief. Then, suddenly, Okan starts acting like Turbo Granny and says, "Let me eat your banana." Momo immediately uses her psychic powers to throw Okan across the room and temporarily calms his curse. Then Momo says, "We need to set some rules now. Like, Okan will never say his real name in front of me again. From now on, he'll only be known as Okan." Okan lowers his head and agrees. Momo notices his face is red and teases, "Looks like you actually like this name, huh?" Okan gets so embarrassed that he throws up right in front of Momo. Momo screams, "You are absolutely disgusting!" Meanwhile, before they even reach the haunted cave again, morning arrives, which means Turbo Granny won't come out anymore. So Momo takes Okarun back to her house. But the moment Okarun crosses the front gate, his body catches fire. Momo quickly throws him into the river. This happens because Momo's grandmother had placed a talisman at the gate to block out all evil forces. Since Okan is cursed, it affected him too. Later, Momo removes the talisman and lets Okarun enter the house. Once inside, Momo sees her grandmother isn't home. She tells Okarun to wait outside because she's going to change clothes. But as soon as the door closes, Okan's curse activates again, and he breaks the door open, which makes Momo furious. Later, Momo gives Okarun some girls' clothes to wear since there was nothing else available. Momo teasingly asks, "So, is your banana really gone?" Okarun checks inside his pants and finds that there's really nothing there. Momo laughs and says, "Then show me too." Okarun quickly refuses. Okan gets angry at Momo, saying all this trouble happened because of her. Momo snaps back, "You were the one who first came to me with all that alien and ghost nonsense." Okan admits he just wanted a friend. That's why he approached Momo in the first place. Momo replies, "That's your problem. You always assume things in your head. That's why you don't have any friends." They slowly get closer again, and Momo says, "We'll talk a lot about occult stuff together." Tears begin to form in Okarun's eyes. Just then, the doorbell rings. Okan thinks it's Grandma, but Momo says, "No, that's not that bell. This is the second bell, the one that only rings for ghosts." Since Momo had removed the talisman from the gate, the ghost has now entered their house. They try to escape through the back, but outside is filled with black smoke, and they can't get out. The gate is sealed. A massive monster appears and says, "You broke your promise. Now give me your banana." Okan realizes it's not a ghost, it's an alien called the Flatwoods Monster, first sighted in America and now appearing in Japan. These creatures are massive, about 3 meters tall. Momo thinks it's a ghost, but Okan explains, "They say people who can see ghosts can also see UFOs. There's a connection between the two." Momo wants to use her psychic powers, but she can't because she's still controlling Okarun's curse. Okan says, "Release my curse, I'll fight." Momo agrees. Okan transforms back into Turbo Granny's cursed form. The alien attacks, but Okan is so fast, he bites off one of the alien's finger. Okan says, "This power is awesome, but I'm depressed." Then he vomits blood because his body can't handle such extreme speed. Momo sees the alien fighting like a sumo wrestler, so she figures if its hand touches the ground, they win. Okan breaks one of its legs, and Momo throws it down. As soon as its hand touches the ground, it loses. But the alien regenerates a new leg, grabs Momo, and throws her against a wall. Still, Momo doesn't release Okaru's curse. The alien starts beating her. Okan cries out, "Let go of my curse, I can't take this anymore." Then Momo plays her final move. She places the talisman back on the gate. The alien melts away. Everything becomes calm again. They return to the normal world. But Okan's curse still can't be controlled without Momo.
And when Momo faints from exhaustion, Okun transforms into Turbo Granny again. The battle is over. Is peace restored? Not yet. At the very moment Momo collapses in fatigue, Okun turns into Turbo Granny once more. His eyes glow red, and with the cracked voice of the granny, he snarls, "Now I will eat your banana, Momo." Will Okun devour Momo, or will there be a catastrophic twist? To find out, stay with us and